Hello and welcome to your first video for chemistry class with the amazing Mr. Larkin. Most of these are going to be reading videos, not every one that you get will be. All of them will have horrible writing. So that's just something you're going to have to get used to. But you can still read it if you listen to what I'm saying and you sound it out horrible. Yes, that's an I know. So what's the purpose of these reading videos? The first purpose is to learn how to read. For example, I might give you something like this passage right here. It'll say, sometimes we're not given any of the equilibrium concentrations, only the initial values. Then we must use the stoichiometry of the reaction to express concentrations or pressures at equilibrium in terms of the initial values. This is illustrated in example 13.10, Chemistry Zimdal 8th edition. What the heck? That's just a big ol' frowny face. No idea what it's saying. Well, that's why I'm making these videos, so that you can hear fluent reading, so that you can hear how words like equilibrium or stoichiometry are actually pronounced. You can have vocabulary explained, like, well, I won't explain it now because it would take too long. But you can have vocabulary explained. Get help making connections, right? Like the idea of initial connecting stoichiometry, which I never explained, so you don't know what that is. But I would. Okay, you'd observe useful reading techniques, which is great because you can use them in any class. In any class. You'll just become a better reader. Right? So regardless of whether you go on to study chemistry or history or mechanicalism, that's not a word, you become a mechanic, you still need to know how to read. Okay? So learning how to read is a really important part of these reading videos. You're also going to learn the content, which in this case is chemistry. Chemistry! Yeah. It's going to create more time for practice in class, so we're going to try to do homework in class. Right, if you're doing the reading outside of class, that means we have more time in class because previously we did all the reading in class. And you can review the content, so you can watch multiple times. Let's say it's before an exam and you're like, oh, I know I do not understand equilibrium or volume or whatever. You can go back to that video, watch it, so that you're more prepared for the exam. So what are you going to do before you actually watch the video? First thing you should do is you should finish the homework given that day because it's on a prior topic. The video you're going to be watching is for the next class. The homework is on the previous class. So do the homework first so that you're ready to do the reading, to watch the video. Then you should get your reading out and you should skim, just look it over, and try and figure out what it's about. What's the reading about? Look at things like headings. Those are going to give you a lot of hints. Bolded words, repeated words, etc. Check out the figures, which figures are just diagrams or pictures. And then accept confusion. You haven't even read it yet. If you know what the topic's about and you haven't even read it yet, you shouldn't be in the class. You should be in a higher level class. Okay, so just accept that you don't know what it is yet, but you're trying to get an idea, and don't give up. So for example, this is a reading that you're going to get in 3 weeks. Before even reading it, before watching the video, you would just look at the heading. You'd say, okay, I know this is going to be about volume. I don't know what that is, but I know it's about volume. What are some things I'm skimming through? I see it's talking about volume a lot, obviously. I see it's got a liter, which is an L, and I'm seeing L's just everywhere. Okay, so that must be important. Gallons, I know what gallons are. Okay, so volume, I'm kind of getting an idea. We've got this picture over here. They're both 2L, so the volume's the same. They're the same size, but the M is different, whatever the M is. Okay, so I've got some sort of idea this reading's going to be about volume. Now I go and watch the video. Well, what are my expectations for you there? You should have out the reading in front of you. So you should have the reading with you. And you should have a pen or highlighter, something to mark up the text. It shouldn't just be blank when you walk in the next day. If you've read it, there should be evidence of your reading on the text. And you should have headphones or a quiet space so that you can focus right? You don't want to be distracted by your favorite soap opera, right? Go somewhere where you're not going to be distracted and you can focus and learn. Then you should be following along as I read or annotate. You can copy the annotations. You can add your own annotations, whatever is helpful for you. Don't be afraid to pause the video. If you need more time to think or to process what I'm saying, then pause the video. Think about it. Maybe write down a little note and then hit play so you can keep going. Let's say I say a vocab word and you're like, why is he speaking Greek? Well, it's not Greek. It's just chemistry, but it's a vocab word. Maybe you need to rewind the video and hear something again. Right? Watch a section again if it's confusing. And the core message here is just make it all about the learning. If you're focusing on understanding, you'll be fine. So how about after the video? Well, the next class, we're going to do a discussion. Right? We're going to do discussion in class. So you need to review the reading, maybe write some key points. It's a very good idea, so you have something to talk about. You can look ahead to the practice, maybe even start it. You could look ahead to the next reading, see how things connect. Right? There's nothing saying that you can't learn more. That'd be a weird teacher. Stop learning! I'm not going to say that. Just go ahead and look ahead. You can look for more information online. Maybe the reading's not enough. Maybe you need an extra support. You can look online for that. Or maybe you call a friend. Maybe you get a study buddy. Maybe you send me a text, send me an email. Okay, message is, it's all about the learning. If you make it all about the learning in this class, if you try and understand, you're going to do really, really well. You're going to gain skills that are useful no matter where you go. And you're just going to be a happier person. Your mother will love you more. And that's important. Okay, I look forward to having you in class. Have a great day.